Ready.
Okay, great. All right, so what we're gonna do first, this is our 48-ounce popper. You have two separate oil pumps. One is for your butter flavored oil, and one is for your clear corn oil, for your kettle corn. We're gonna set the amount of oil that's pumped each time we push this button. So later on, when you want your oil, you're just gonna hit the button, and it's gonna pump in automatically. All right, so we're gonna plug our pump in. It only plugs in one way. You have a little ground that's only on four of them, two by itself. Plug it right in. Now this is sending information to the machine. We're going to slide this in a little, and we're going to hook up our quick connect that I showed you guys before. Okay, so once the quick connect's hooked up, now the oil can flow from the pump into the machine. All right. So what we want to do is prime the line, okay? Right now, the line of oil is completely empty. So when we're setting our oil amount, what we're going to do is, it's an amount of time that it takes to pump and fill up the cup, okay? So our oil is going to come out of here into our kettle. But for right now, I'm going to pour it into this cup. So I'm going to turn on my oil master switch, and I'm going to push the red button. That's going to call for oil and deliver it into this cup. I just want to hit the button once, fill up the cup to get my line filled with oil. So hold the cup, let it fill up a little bit. Should stop on its own. Then I'm just going to take it and pour it right back in. Now our line is filled with oil, okay? So when I go to pump, it's going to give me the right amount this time. So we're going to set it. And here's how you do it. Look, if you want to come right here so you can see what I'm doing on the switches. I'm going to shut my oil master switch off, okay? I'm going to hold in the red button with the switch off, and I'm going to turn the switch on for the oil master. The oil master switch is just sending power to this pump. Now my light's blinking. See it? When the light's blinking, we're in set mode. So now I can hold a cup underneath, push the button once, it'll start to pour. Push it again, it'll stop. And whatever amount of oil I stop it at is the amount it's going to be set for. So then every time after that, hundreds, thousands of times, you push this button, that's how much oil we'll get.
Is that done every time you start the machine?
No. Just this first time today, that's it.
Okay.
Then they're set. We're going to set each one.
Okay.
And then they're set.
They're set.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and push it. So we're going to be using 32 ounces of seed, the
Okay.
4 cups. I'm going to do about 10 ounces of oil.
Of regular popcorn, regular butterfly popcorn.
Correct. Well, on the butterfly corn, we're going to use 48 ounces, so I'll go to about 12. And then when we use the less, it'll still be a good amount. See how much faster it came out? Because the line was already full. So now when it gets towards the 12-ounce mark, I hit my button again. That stops it. Now see how the light's still blinking?
Yeah. I
turn the switch off and then back on. Now it's set. So it's going to dispense this amount of oil every time.
Okay.
Okay?
So basically what you've done is calibrated the machine.
Correct. Now, when we're ready to pop, that's going to be all set for us. I'm going to go ahead and pour it right back in. All right, now, we'll clean that out after. We have 4 switches on the machine, okay? Now we're going to pop regular popcorn, like you get at the movie theater. Because our butter flavored oil is hooked up, and it's our first batch. So if we do a first batch of mushroom seed, sometimes they don't pop nice and round, so we want to get some stuff going and heat the machine up, okay? So here's our switches. The first one's our salt sweet switch. That's going to be the difference between regular popcorn and kettle corn. So we won't put it to sweet until later when we're going to make kettle corn. So right now we have it on salt. Our heat activates the heat in your kettle. The motor stirs the agitator. Now the agitator actually stirs from here. And there's a gear inside the kettle, so when you're dumping, it's not spinning. When you're down, it's engaged, okay? And the other one's our oil master switch, okay? Now our oil master switch powers up the pump. That allows us to push this button and pump oil. It also allows us to hit this button and turn on your high heat. That'll heat up this can of oil. So as the oil's getting pumped in, it's already warm. So it'll be nice and, you know, there won't be a lot of recovery time because you have a hot kettle, you put in cold oil, it cools it down. We're going to be putting in warm oil, it helps. So what we're waiting for now is for this light to turn on and the machine to beep. Beep, beep, beep. That means it's up to temperature and ready to start popping. Okay, so just like your gas popper, you turn it on, let it heat up before you do your first batch. Same thing here, except this is electric. It's going to take a little longer to get up to temperature the first time. Then after that, we're just going to be on a roll. So we leave all those on, we're waiting for this to turn on and beep, and then we start popping. So let's shut that off for 1 second. I thought I was ready, but I'm not.